All right, I've been waiting for this day for probably 6 months. These are the Aeon 60s, and I think they look great. So I had a pair of Aeon 72s that I skated last summer, I think. The guys at Powerslide sent me a set of Aeon 72s because I was just fascinated. Like, how can you skate an aggressive setup with flat 72s? That's, you know, ridiculous. That's a recreational setup. But sure enough, you know, those Aeon 72s were great. Super solid, fast soles. I mean, I had such a great time skating them. The only negative that I had with those skates was that the groove was tight and it was high because of that 72 mil wheel, and it made it really difficult to do Royale tricks. I figured it out eventually, and by getting really low, I was able to skate fairly normal with Royales, but it was a lot of effort. And you know, for me to recommend a skate, it has to be easy for, you know, old guys like me to go out and skate them. I don't have enough time or energy to relearn Royales and strengthen my legs to get to a point where I can do them boot down on a 72 mil Aeon. So, but after posting that review, I had so many people say, hey, why don't you get the 60 mil Aeon? You know, it's a completely different skate. 60 mil has a bigger split. It's got a better groove. It's got more wheel bite protection. I got the shells from Inline Warehouse back during a Christmas sale. They had like 20% off every item, and they sold just the shell for, I mean, it must have been 99 bucks or something. So I got them for like 80 bucks. The Aeon is a really interesting skate. So this bottom part of the Aeon is all that I had to buy in order to upgrade my 72 mil Aeons to the 60 mils. This whole white area, including the frame and this boot, is one piece. But this cuff, the liner, the axles, the 45-degree strap, the shock absorber, the laces, those all came over from my 72 mil Aeon. And you can see this skate, I mean, the groove is ridiculous. I mean, it's like a wish frame. It is extremely wide, and it's got this wheel bite protection, so when I grind, I should be grinding more on this than on anything else. Add to that, this is my first time trying these Conjure wheel, Conjure flats. These are a 58 mil 95A wheel. They're extremely hard. But any concerns that you might have with wheel bite riding flat should be alleviated with super hard wheels. I mean, these are almost anti-rocker wheels. So it's not one new thing with the new Aeon. It's not two new things with the new Conjure brand wheels, but three things. So I'm also trying these new Go Project shock absorbing footbeds. So I remember when I was skating the Aeons the first time that the footbeds were the biggest problem. They're really thin, you know, they're kind of designed like my Imperials, which is a great skate for skating trails, but it wasn't so great for skating ledges or gaps or things like that. And I remember when I was skating the Aeons, I definitely had some shock issues. I swapped out those insoles for some gel shock absorbers and gel insoles, just, you know, generic Dr. Scholl's, I think. And they did okay. But then I saw these the other week at Oak City, and I said, you know, I got to try them. It's a rollerblading company, you know? So if a rollerblade company makes insoles, I want to support it. I don't know how good they're going to be. They're the only insoles that I have today, so they're going to have to do. But they look good, and they look like they'll fit my feet. So here we go. Like this. So great. But right, these Aeons are great. They're how I remember them from that first roll, that flat lean, almost like a K2, where you kind of feel like you're falling backwards a little bit, but I think for me, that's compared to my rollerblade new jack, which are the skates that I skated yesterday. These are definitely more of a lean back. I love that feeling. That's what I want. I feel as though I'm faster on a lean back. I don't know if it's just mental, but a lean back skate for me is the way to go. I forgot what it was like to skate flat. I've been skating anti-rocker for a long time, probably 6 months or so. And I forgot how fast it could be, how fun it could be up transitions. It really, it feels solid. The landings, I always loved anti-rocker because when you land, it's a straight line. Because that wheelbase, the 1 to 4, is so long, it's 250 mil or so. With these, it's shorter because you've got 4 wheel down, so you've actually got, all the wheels touching. But maybe the mix of the Conjure flat wheels is contributing to that, because they feel great. Doing 360s felt great. Nice and landed. Didn't feel squirrely when I landed the spin. Yeah, it's really good. So these wheels, man, these wheels are hard. They feel so hard. Just sliding around. I'm jury's still out, but I don't think these are beginner wheels. I think if you need a little bit of grip, you don't want to get these wheels. They're really hard. I feel like they're going to be good for grinds, and that's what they're kind of designed for. But yeah, you might want to, if you're a beginner, you might want to think about slightly softer wheels. The Go Project insoles feel fine. I had a little bit of sizing issue putting them into the insoles. Putting them into the liners, but they feel fine now. Little bit of scrunching in front of my toe, but the heel bed feels fine. Everything else feels fine. So doing quick 180s felt fine. I don't have any concerns with that. All right, moment we've been waiting for. Let's try some grinds. That was a little sticky. Well, that was very weird. Locking soul tricks was fine. It took a little bit to start sliding them though. That first Mizu just kind of stuck. And I know this ledge pretty well. Maybe it got destroyed in the last time that I've been here, but I was here last week and it was fine. It's not like, we had some rain, and I just waxed it. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a new soul thing or the ledge, but regardless, the locking was fine. I felt good getting on. Once I was on, I felt solid. Was able to do alley-oop tricks, no problem. True Mizu, no problem. Felt good. Felt solid. All right, here comes some Royales. Well, that should work. Hey, there it is. Get on there. All right. Well, I mean, they're better than 72s. I definitely don't feel as confident on my Royale as I did on like my Seba or the Volo. But they felt okay. Front side was a little more difficult than backside. I think, again, it's because of that, just like this shift. They have that big sole, and I can really lean back on that sole. The front of the skate doesn't have that much material to lean on. So when I get on Royale, I definitely, I don't know, I felt like I was kind of slipping off. I also bit a couple times on the wheels. I know that if I skated faster, I wouldn't have that problem, but you know, I'm used to skating with juice blocks on 50-50 balanced frames, and you know, didn't need to skate faster. You could just jump on and slide anything, front foot, back foot. Backside felt good though, felt really good. I feel like these skates, you know, the shortcomings that I found in the 72s, I mean, a 60 it's a really great setup. All right, I'm gonna rest up a little bit and then try some top sides. That felt good. Oh! Those felt pretty good. I don't think I've ever landed a kind grind that solid before. I mean, I'm just learning them, so for me that's, you know, not saying much, but yeah, I mean, I learned them in New Jacks, and that's a really tight boot. This has a little bit more wiggle, but once I locked on, I was able to just roll off and really get flat on that kind grind. It felt great. And that topsole, I mean, or top acid topsole, right? That top acid, I mean, it's like 3 tries, and I was able to get on. So I'm really feeling these skates. I think they're going to be hard to pass up, but you can't skate any other frame, so that is the drawback. They're great frames though, so if you haven't tried them, you should definitely look into it. Get a set of used ones or whatever. Get the 60s, don't get the 72s like I did. The 60s are great, they're really great. The 72s are amazing skates, but I'm getting the same feeling in the 60s as I got in the 72s, from a solid feel, from a squishiness, from you know, a flexibleness, but the Royale is so much more forgiving. All right, I am exhausted. This was an amazing day. Thanks to everybody who tuned in on the live stream. Gave me encouragement to get those tricks and take a break. I'm exhausted. I love these skates. I think they're great. I think they are everything that I love about the Aeon 72s and then some. The Royale is great. Top sides are great. Everything's great. Jury's still out on these wheels. I mean, they're hard. They are designed for skating ledges and such, I feel, and they do really well for that. I'm really curious what the difference will be with these wheels or some other softer wheels, you know, like some undercover Werbeskis or something like that, the 60 mils, or some Enons. I might look into that just to see for the review, but yeah, these are good. The insoles felt fine. I might need to clip them down a little bit. I think the sizing might be a little off, but they felt fine. They're squishy enough, and I mean, they're a rollerblading company, so rather than buying Dr. Scholl's or something else, you know, get some Go Project insoles. They're They're not bad. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys next week.
And you